Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Dice Tower Digest, a quick summary of the news from the past week, or in this case, the past few weeks. So let's get into it. First, Next Move from Plan B Games announced Azul, the third edition of Azul, Summer Pavilions. This is a nice, the Azul's these tile laying games. This one has more of a diamond-shaped tiles. So we'll certainly hear more about that soon. It's coming out at Essen. The board game book is coming back, Volume 2. I don't normally talk about Kickstarter stuff. I think it's on Kickstarter right now. But I really like the first edition of this, one of the best resources on board games I've seen. So excited to see Part 2. Games Workshop has launched a third Warhammer Underworld season. I'm not really sure why it's not all part of the same thing. This one's called Beastgrave. The first one was Shadespire, and so this one here, I guess that it's standalone each one, but then there's expansions for the standalone. So I guess they're just doing it this way to keep it track of seasons for some reason. There's a new Sonic the Hedgehog Monopoly game. I know. A lot of Monopoly games. But this one looks like it's very similar to the Super Mario one, where it really isn't Monopoly at all, where you're just running around the outside of the board collecting coins. Heaven and Ale from Kiesling and Schmidt is expanding. There's an expansion coming called Kegs and More. This was kind of a surprise to me, this Eggertspiel game, that it's getting an expansion, but I know a lot of people enjoyed it. Also saw that there's a new version of Boomtown coming from a smaller publisher. If you missed Boomtown, this is a Bruno Catala game that I really like from back in the day. There's also an expansion for Tiny Towns called Fortune. Figured with how popular Tiny Towns was that an expansion was going to come, so great. There's a new Ticket to Ride map collection. Very excited about this. Japan/Italy. The one is just a really long board, okay? But the Japan one is really intriguing because you're going to be able to, it has like these super fast train pieces on it, and also you'll be able to connect to Tokyo, and then in Tokyo connect to a specific spot using like a smaller map. Both sides of this board look really cool. North Star Studios announces a new release called Paint the Roses, kind of little deduction style game. The Fox and the Forest Duet is coming. Fox and Forest is a very popular game. This game is for 2 players and has one of the cutest covers I've ever seen. Terra Mystica has an expansion coming. Merchants of the Seas. Terra Mystica, which was remade or had a second edition or whatever you want to call Gaia Project. So I figured that would kind of be where all the energy was, but no, Terra Mystica is still people enjoying it. IELLO has a few new things coming. Ninja Academy, which is a dexterity party kind of game where you have to compete in different events like balancing things on your fingers. And Double Rumble, which is an expansion for their 8-bit box, which I had honestly thought that was finished, but it's like old video games, like you stick in a cartridge and play them. So this is the newest quote-unquote cartridge. And Bombyx is releasing Abyss, Leviathan and Conspiracy, a card game. I'm really excited about this. Abyss is an underrated game that they released several years ago. Very enjoyable, great game. And now a card game with that same fantastic artwork of underwater seas and kingdoms and stuff. That's going to be neat. So that's what we have in the news for this week. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see y'all next time.